welcome to another meeting of the Afterschool Anime Club. My name is Max Newland, I'm your host today, and with me today, as always, are two of my co-hosts and the illustrious chapter co-presidents. First of all, he's still looking for his place in the sun. It's Max Kostrak.
Where is it? How do I get there? What's going on? Hello.
Hi. She's not special because all women are special. It's Stevie Matos.
Yes! What's going on?
I said hey.
Hey.
What's going on? I'm so glad to be back here. Listener, you don't know, but it's been a week. We took a week off for travel, vacations, all kinds of stuff. But we're back in the saddle. We watched a couple episodes of Outlaw Star, and
Sure
I have promised these two a very normal experience today.
I forgot.
And we trust that.
Oh,
I
no.
put my faith in Max Newland to give me a normal game.
That means it's going to be chaotic, and I'm scared. Not scared. I'm scared.
It's a little chaotic, but it's not going to be nearly as chaotic as the last game because I actually did think through all the rules ahead of time to make sure that they weren't weird and stupid. But anyway, I feel like while we're here, we might as well just get right into it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. So today's I have a game for you called Express Shipping.
First of all, kudos on the title. I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm also terrified.
Oh no, this is easy. This is going to be so easy. And in fact, this is our first
It's
collaborative
not the difficulty.
game.
I'm not afraid of the difficulty.
This is going to be absolutely unhinged.
It'll be a little unhinged. We'll get there. This is our first collaborative game on Afterschool Anime Club. It's you two versus me.
Oh, we're gonna kill you.
And yes, you're going to kill me. That's your mission if you can. The rules are simple. I will offer you two pairings. Your goal is to identify the pairing that has more fics on Archive of Our Own. That's it.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
There's one thing I want to go over before we do this, which is that there are two kinds of pairings that get tagged on this website. Slash, we're talking about romance. We're talking about sex. We're talking about intimate relations.
Heard
Okay.
the term.
If it's character and character, we're talking about friendship, a platonic relationship. You know,
Okay. Okay.
bonding that is not sexual.
Okay.
So like I said, you guys are working together. I've put some more questions in this because I figured we'd go pretty quick through it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's burn through these.
Oh my
So
god.
here we go. Your first contest is between Jean Starwind / Melfina from Outlaw Star
Okay.
Okay.
versus Jean Starwind / Fred Lowe.
Okay, this is tough.
Oh
because
god.
This is actually tough because I do feel my gut
The shippers
says
are unhinged.
that it's Starwind and Fred Lowe. Here's my question. Here's what's gonna and Stevie, you've somewhat recently watched Outlaw Star. Does
Yes.
Fred Lowe come back, or is he just this episode?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, no, he comes back. I'm pretty sure he comes back.
I think it's Starwind Fred Lowe. Stevie, I'm willing to hear out an argument though. We're collaborating.
I only want to go with Starwind Melfina because that's the less gross option. Because
See,
it's
you
less
have more
gross.
faith in online than I do.
I know. I have less faith in online. That's what my heart wants. But I'm gonna say it's Starwind and Fred Lowe, and I'm gonna vomit doing it.
We're going for Jean / Fred.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, fortunately, that's actually incorrect.
Oh, thank God. Thank God.
Jean / Melfina has slightly more pairings. Now, here's the weird thing.
Slightly?
Archive of it's only slightly, but here's the thing. Outlaw Star predates Archive of Our Own.
Okay.
So a
Okay.
lot of the fics that existed for Outlaw Star are, for better or for worse, lost to time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so
Okay.
the database that we're pulling from when it comes to Outlaw Star fics is actually quite small. So
Makes sense.
Okay.
both of these are single digit numbers.
Okay, got it. Okay.
We're gonna be a little bit more practical. We're gonna
Yeah.
get
Okay.
this.
Good. Now we know what parameters we have.
I think this is going to throw a wrench into your plan.
Oh fuck. Shit.
Because here's pairing number 2. It's Jim Hawking slash
Uh-oh.
Ed from Cowboy Bebop versus
Okay.
Jim Hawking and Aisha Clan.
Okay, both of these are problems.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Not Jim and Aisha. Remember, that's a friendship.
And,
pairing.
okay.
Oh, and Aisha. Okay,
Yes,
okay.
this is like friendship, hanging out, bonding, non-sexually.
And what was the first one again?
Ed slash Jim.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with Ed slash Jim. I'm gonna say it's
Okay.
probably Ed slash Jim because I just look. If we're not gonna trust the internet, they're about the same age.
Let's keep this moving. I agree with Stevie's gut here. What's our answer, Newland?
Oh boy.
It's Jim and Aisha, unfortunately.
Really?
I'm so glad we're
Yeah.
losing.
Yeah, me too. Because I'm assuming the worst of the internet right now.
They get into some antics later on. They become buddies in the show, so there's some basis for this.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to move away from Outlaw Star.
Okay. Oh boy.
Oh, we're
boy.
opening up
This
the
is what
doors.
this list was for.
Yeah.
Oh,
For
God.
context, listeners, Newland did ask us for some of our favorite animes, which I guess he's now going to spoil for us.
Ruined. Oh my god. But you know what? I'm proud because there's some animes that I listed that I'm like, man, if the internet pulls ships for these, it's gonna be a test if I one, remember what anime they're from, and two, damn Newland, you hunted.
I've got some fun little surprises for you coming up.
Holy
boy.
shit.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Let's go.
Okay, number 3, Ryoko slash Tenchi versus Ryoko slash Ayeka. Which is more popular?
I
I
mean,
thought it was gonna be okay. that short one, that short circuited my brain for a second.
I'm just like, so I'm like, okay, are we going for hate fucking or are we going for?
There is actually there's an episode of Tenchi Universe where, and this happens in an AU where Ryoko and Ayeka do accidentally get hit with a love spell.
As it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm willing to say the one with more hits is Ayeka slash Ryoko.
I'm gonna agree
What
with
do you
that.
think?
That's where my gut's taking me.
I feel like it's way more. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
My gut has not won yet, but I'm still following it because I trust in myself.
I'm sorry, it's Ryoko slash Tenchi.
Really?
How basic.
Yeah.
The internet is not as weird as you all seem to think it is.
Yeah, I get. You know what? I think. You know what? We're not playing this enough like Family Feud.
No. No. Or are we? Because have you seen the Family Feud that
That's true.
that Steve Harvey does nowadays? Because I think it's kind of raunchy.
Every single one has a penis in it, and it's like
There's this great meme going around where it's Steve Harvey says, "What if GBZ was still on TV?" And the contestant says, "Piccolo, get iPhone."
I've not seen this.
Because there is a shot of Piccolo FaceTiming with his granddaughter Pan, and it's one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen. Because he holds his phone in a way that no one in the world has ever held a cell phone.
I think before we move on, my other favorite TikTok meme was from have we heard the Steve Harvey soundbite where I think it was like the euphemism is oral. And I gotta find it and I'll put it in the chat. But it was very, very funny, and it was I think it took over Black TikTok, but I'll show it to y'all later. It was very good.
Please.
We'll move on while you're searching.
Yes.
Number 4 is Ayeka slash Tenchi versus Ayeka slash Ranma from Ranma 1/2.
Ooh, Kostak, this is you because I haven't seen Ranma in a
you know
minute.
what? And maybe I'm just falling into Newland's little trap, but I think that it is Tenchi Ayeka because I'm going basic for this one.
Yeah.
I think it is more likely that there are pairings of that than a cross series pairing.
You would be correct.
Okay, good. Because
Yes.
I have a question,
We got
Kostak, because we got one. Because I was like, I haven't seen Ranma in a really long time. I was like, is that one the sad boy from Ranma and a Half? I can't remember.
Ranma's the bigender
That's right.
switcher.
I'm thinking of Rurouni Kenshin. Anyway,
Very
let's keep
different
going.
vibes.
Very different vibes.
Extremely
Very different
vibes.
vibes.
We're moving yet again into a different series.
All right.
This one may throw you for a loop because I was kind of surprised there's so much fan fiction.
Okay.
Number 5, Vegeta slash Bulma versus Goku slash Chi-Chi. Which canon ship is more popular?
Oh.
It's Vegeta Bulma.
Yeah, I was like, it's gonna be
There's
Vegeta
no-
Bulma.
there's no question in my mind.
No, 100%.
Yeah, yeah, you guys got it. That was an easy
Okay,
one.
thank God.
Yeah,
I would have.
yeah.
I would have flipped. I bet there's not one Goku slash Chi-Chi.
There's nothing there. There's like the fact that they are canon is the only thing that is happening here. There is nothing there.
Nobody respects that relationship.
Even Goku, I feel like, forgets he's married sometimes.
Yeah. Yes.
Number 6, we're sticking with Dragon Ball.
Okay.
Trunks slash Goten versus Goku slash Vegeta.
I mean, again.
I just want to say both of these are really popular.
Oh no! Oh no! I'm gonna give it to my gut, Stevie, is Goku Vegeta, because again we're going with our most popular characters. I just feel like if anybody gets around in DBZ fandom, it's probably Vegeta.
It's Vegeta. Vegeta, I say this with love because body counts
No, he's
are
a little bit of a
useless.
slut. It's fine.
He's the planetary bicycle. All right.
Yeah, Vegeta
Vegeta's
fucks.
Vegeta fucks.
Yeah, you guys are correct. It's
Hell
Goku
yeah.
slash Vegeta. I mean, it's so potent in the show. Like,
Yes.
Now, can we do? I almost don't even want to get into this, but can we run a ratio? Is there a way for you to check tags and determine who more often is top or bottom?
that would require some. That would require some more thorough analysis, I think.
Okay. I'm just curious. Look, we've talked a lot about Dragon Ball Z in the past, for anybody who knows us.
Yeah.
And, you know, these are the questions.
It's a relevant question.
I am crying.
It's relevant. We need to see the tapes. We're halfway through the game.
Oh no.
Let's go. I'm ready.
I'm switching series again.
Okay.
This is now we're doing One Piece.
Yo.
This is out of my depth. All right.
Which is more popular, Zoro and Sanji, or Zoro slash Sanji?
It's slash. They would never be friends. You can't write them being friends. It doesn't work.
I gotta go with Kaza. I don't know. I don't know anything about One Piece, so
He's spot on.
okay.
100%. I know One
Zoro
Piece.
slash Sanji.
You said it with so much confidence. I was
The
like,
fandom. Okay, so Zoro and Sanji in One Piece are like rivals, and
Okay.
it's a little bit of a toxic rivalry,
Got it.
and the fans reflect that really strongly. They would never be friends.
is Sanji the one with the straw hat, the Gumby boy?
No,
No, that's
Sanji is
Luffy.
the chef who kicks
that's
a lot,
Luffy.
and Zoro is the guy with 3 swords.
Oh, okay. Yes, I've seen the pictures of the characters. I just don't know any of them except for Monkey D. Luffy. That's the only one I know.
Monkey D. Luffy.
I've got one from Cowboy Bebop for you.
Okay, let's go.
Which is more popular, Spike slash Faye, or Spike slash the person reading this fanfic?
Oh, yeah, honestly.
The comedy
Honestly.
answer is number 2, right?
Yeah, the one for Goose is too. And I kind of want to say it's 2 because as somebody whose entire who wrote fan fiction specifically because her sexual awakening was angsty boys, Spike is definitely one of them, and I would not be surprised if it's 2. Is it 2? I'll be mad if it's 1.
I'm going to go with Stevie on this one as the expert.
The Spike slash Reader is less popular than Spike slash Faye.
What? But what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like they're clearly banging in this show. Like that's so boring. Why is the internet so basic? I'm gonna need y'all to get it together.
Yeah, guys, can we get some more creative pornography, please?
Yeah.
Hey, weirdo, stand up, please.
Yeah, please. Where are you? Where are you? I know you're out there.
Okay. Both of you mentioned Full Metal Alchemist, so I put Full Metal Alchemist on here.
Oh, no.
Which has more hits, Roy slash Ryza or Roy slash Ed?
Roy slash Ryza. I want to say Roy slash Ryza.
I'm tempted to disagree.
Okay.
But I'm going basic. No,
Yeah.
Roy slash Ryza.
Roy slash Ryza is the most popular ship in the Full Metal Alchemist tag, bar none.
I believe that because I
was like,
that's one of
yeah.
those things you see a lot. I wonder how close it is.
It's not very close at all. It's got
Okay,
like 100 on the next one.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
I've got the battle of two friendships here.
Oh, okay.
Ed Elric and Winry, or Ed Elric and Alphonse Elric.
This one's tough.
I would say Ed Elric and Alphonse.
I'm gonna agree with that. Ed and Winry are not very buddy in the show.
They're not, and like that's a lot of stretching you've got to do. I mean, like Winry's cool, but it's been a minute since I've seen Brotherhood, but isn't Winry more like a low-key, high-key, like big sister sitch to Ed and Alphonse?
Well, remember, this is and pairings. These are both friendship pairings.
No, I know,
Yeah.
but that's what I'm saying, is that like she's more of
okay,
a big
okay.
sister, and so like she's not really around much, right?
Yeah, I don't see it because, and here's the thing: if I just finished watching an episode of Full Metal Alchemist, my first thought is, I wish Ed and Al would just have a good time.
Yeah, because they go through so much trauma together. Yeah, they just go through so much.
So that's final answer.
Yeah, Ed and Al.
Well, I think you guys identified exactly the pull here. Ed and Al is the more popular one, and it is probably exactly for that reason.
I'm happy for
Yeah,
them.
yeah. I
Let
was
these
like,
kids
what
have
is
fun, please.
Truly, one of them doesn't have a whole corporeal form anymore. Please.
We got two more. I pulled these both from One Punch Man because you all both listed that one too.
Ooh, let's go.
Okay, which has more, Genos / the person reading this fanfic, or Saitama / the person reading this fanfic?
Oh.
Who does the community want to have sex with more, Genos or Saitama?
Genos is the pretty one, right?
It's the robot,
robot?
right? The cyborg.
Oh, it's Genos. Genos is
Genos.
prettier than Saitama. Come on.
I think Saitama's too comedic, right?
I would say Saitama is too much of a sad bald man. Outside of punching things into the next dimension, I would say
And you
it's
don't want him to
Genos.
make that okay face right after.
Yeah. No, and also, Genos is another one who I would put on the list of what was it called? The himbo thing. He flashes hot white like Kronk. He's a good himbo.
You know, I was shocked by this one, just as shocked as you all are
You
going to be
are
when I reveal
kidding
that
me.
it's Saitama / Reader is more popular than Genos /
Dad
Reader.
bods. Those are moms writing that fanfic. It's okay, moms.
those are
We
moms.
see you. Those are moms.
You would die. You would die.
I mean,
Okay,
technically,
never
you
mind.
die with Genos too. He's got robot arms. He's a robot.
We're going to finish off with one final One Punch Man, and this one is a test similar to one we've already done before. Genos / Saitama, or Genos and Saitama.
I say Genos and Saitama. From the show, I don't think that the chemistry's there for Slash. I think it's and.
I think it's and as well.
The chemistry is there, apparently, because
I
it's
hate it.
Genos / Saitama.
How dare y'all senpai notice me to Genos and Saitama? How?
I don't know myself. It seems to defy all logic, and yet that's the beauty of online.
That hurts.
I thought I knew online a little bit better than I did, and
you know.
now I'm realizing that I may have made some assumptions.
I mean, I made some assumptions, and I'm gonna stand by my biases. Y'all let me down.
I think you won. I think you won or
We got
tied with
4
me.
points. I was keeping
You got 4
tallies.
points? Oh, dang.
Oh, you're keeping score
looks,
now?
Looks like I won this round.
Damn it!
Darn.
Sorry.
So, do we have to cut off the pinky of our right hand or left hand?
Oh, no, you just have to live with the fact that you couldn't beat me at this game.
Here's
Not
the thing,
yet.
though. Here's the thing, though. We beat you at the last one, and the last
You
one
did.
honestly made me sweat a lot more because I don't post on Facebook. So,
Yeah.
That would have been bad. I would have had to have updated my Facebook, which was the real crime.
I wanted to
Same.
bring the stakes down a little bit, but still have some fun, you know?
oh, I still stress sweated.
Oh,
Because
always,
I
I'm
had to go
like-
back into my memory, like remembering stuff, and I do drugs, y'all. Like I was like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna remember this shit.
Even when there are no stakes, these games are edge of my seat.
Absolutely, because I don't know what we're gonna do.
Then I've done my job.
Yeah, they're so fun.
Are we ready to talk about Outlaw Star?
Boom, diddle-dee-dee-dee-doo. Yeah, it's Outlaw Star time.
I like that you're doing your own musical stings now.
Just like always, if you've never listened to this podcast, I don't know why you're starting with episode 6, but we always start with a summary of what we watched. And in episodes 5 and 6 of Outlaw Star, this is what happened. In episode 5, Beast Girl Ready to Pounce, Jean brings the Outlaw Star back to Blue Heaven for a new paint job and a burner registration. Swanzo agrees to a bit of pro bono work and fills him in on Hilda's relationship with the K-Pirates, the Galactic Ley Line, and the McDougalls. On the way to their next meal, the crew is confronted by Aisha Clan, marooned by her people. After beating a quick retreat, Jim gets sent to buy ammo, and Jean's space phobia comes back with a vengeance. Melfina starts asking some big questions. Who am I? What does my existence mean? And Jean takes responsibility for her care and officially invites her on their quest. Their tender moment is interrupted, however, by Aisha once more, and we learn that not only are the Kataro strong, they're durable too. In fact, the only thing that can defeat her at this moment is a blood sugar crash. After a meal worthy of a shonen protagonist, she tries to start the fight again, and Jean fries her with caster shell number 12 in flagrant violation of Blue Heaven's no guns rule. Back at the hangar, Jean goes over his plans to meet up with the arms dealer, Fred Lowe, whose company everyone seems to dread, and they set off once more for Sentinel 3, leaving Aisha behind to clean up her mess. Episode 6, The Beautiful Assassin, opens with Jean making his first landing. It does not go well, but everyone survives. The plan? Hit up Fred ASAP, much to Jean and Jim's shared chagrin. Fred may be campy, but he's a shrewd businessman who needs payment up front. After the crew leaves, a mysterious visitor arrives. This is the assassin Twilight Suzuka, who issues her signature ultimatum. Jean chances to wander back in at a critical moment, but his guns prove useless against her skills. The timer expires, and rather than finish a job late, she absconds. Fred and Jean strike a new bargain. Kill Suzuka, and the weapons you need are on the house. They don't have to wait long for their rematch, though. After fighting Suzuka on the streets of Sentinel 3, Jean pulls a Goku and takes the battle to a rocky wasteland, betting his life once more on his light shield. Disarmed of her Bokuto, Jean issues an ultimatum of his own. Lay off Fred, or your sword is toast. Ultimately, Jean spares her life and offers to become her main target. Mission complete, Jean's deal with Fred goes forward, but it's not as free as Jean thought. As the episode closes, Suzuka swears revenge.
Let's start real quick with the fact that there are multiple episodes now where women have sworn revenge against Jean as the end sting, right?
Literally 2 in a row.
Truly, back to back. He's not making any wins with the ladies. He's not doing ladies any favors here.
He's not making many friends.
No friends. Can we talk about how smart Aisha is? In the opener of episode 5, they talk about all of her accolades and how intelligent she is, and how she was the top of her class, and how she was super proud of her heritage and being really, really good at her job.
The Kataro, we learned that they're this very what's the word? They're a very what's the thing that America's supposed to be, but it's obviously not? Meritocracy. It's a big meritocracy.
Yeah,
the Kataro
I was
planet.
just
good? Equal, good, fun to live in, all of these things. But the Kataro homeworld is apparently all about how good you are at your job, and and which explains why she's now completely out on her ass, because she failed utterly.
You got fired.
So fired. You've got no money from nowhere. I just like how smart she was, but I called her Big Kitty Mommy, because she is Big Kitty Mommy.
Essentially, yeah, big strong kitty lady.
Big, strong kitty lady.
I'm a little disappointed that we did not get to see full beast mode, and I'm curious, does she Hulk out?
She does Hulk out. That does happen in this
She
TV show.
does.
I'm comfortable saying that because they load that Chekhov's gun in this episode.
Right.
Yeah.
But I won't tell you when.
Yeah. But you do
Gotcha.
get to see it, and it's dope.
She goes beast mode.
She does. She goes true beast mode, and I absolutely love it. This was another one of those how many times can we say Katara in under a minute episode? I was like, Jesus fuck. I mean, oh my god. But my favorite part was after she did have her sugar crash, and she just screamed like a child when she got a second bowl of food. I was like, I every day I see myself in Aisha Clan because I too scream when I get food. Aisha, I get it. Yes.
The mission of the artist is to hold the mirror up to nature, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I really loved the scene in the restaurant because when she tries to start a fight and Jean and Jim are Jean's just like, hey Jim, you get any fucking castor shells? Hey, check this out.
Bullets?
My note for this scene was, why was this gun acceptable? Like,
Yeah, we just established.
Yeah, why were there not like 7 dudes on him immediately as soon as he pulled the gun out?
Right. I was like, wait a second, continuity issue. I thought you couldn't fire guns on Blue Heaven.
Well, apparently you can.
If it's an electric gun, I guess. I was like, this turned into a taser?
Welcome to Anime Sins. This is where we point out all the contradictions in anime.
It was just one of those things where I was like, hold on. They're on Blue Heaven, right? Because I was working at the time. So I was like, no, this is where they are. So I absolutely asked that to myself, which was very funny. I would reenact the first fight between Aisha Clan and Jean. I would reenact that fight. That was a very fun fight.
Fun choreography. Really neat.
Super fun.
They set up a lot of dominoes here with like Aisha having like bulletproof skin and
She calls herself immortal.
Yeah, she does.
the Katara, like they're very durable. They're an impressive species.
She's awesome. Her voice was not as grating this time because she wasn't screaming as much. I was like,
That performer, I mean, damn.
Gosh, just blessings, prayers, and thoughts and tots and brats to that woman's voice. Truly.
There's a lot of really good performances here.
I was gonna say the one other thing about Aisha, her transformation, is that it is moon dependent. She did not realize that she was on the space station with no moon. There were a lot of like very funny little moments like that where it's like, come on. Like another one is when she initially like goes to transform and she like takes off her cloak and all these things, and then in chasing after Jean stops and remembers that she drops her clothes on the ground and like has to go and sheepishly like gather them back up, which is one of those like behind the curtain anime moments where it's like,
Yeah, you never see that usually.
Oh, and there was another one where I immediately went, oh, she fell for the oldest trick in the book where Jean was like, I'll tell you where the galactic ley line is. I'll tell you. And he like yelled in her ear and she was like, no, that wasn't very kind. I have big cat ears. I was like, oh, Aisha, you got by the oldest trick in the book. This is why she's your Ryoko, Newland.
And I love how she always does the cat hands. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, cat hands, cat face, cat person.
All the time. Just a good old cat girl ready to kill somebody. Ready to kill somebody.
Cat beast girl ready to pounce. There it is, right in the title.
Always. Also, during this chase scene, this is my favorite thing where I was like, Jim was like, Jean, are you over your space phobia? Jean, suddenly aware that he's in space all of the time. It's just like,
I thought it was really funny how he like gave Jim, like he kind of leaned into that. Like at least that was my read on the situation. He was like, oh no, I'm so scared of space. And then one scene later, he can't look up without needing to sit down.
He sees a window and has a panic attack. Yeah, it's Let's talk about that scene because this is him and Melfina, and this is an interesting scene. I think it actually, for me, developed Melfina in a way that was interesting. Okay, I do want to know more about this character. The thing I just can't get over is the "I'd rather eat shit" line and joke.
I thought, so what I liked about that scene, watching it now again, because I remember as a kid, I think in my brain, I immediately shipped Jean and Melfina. And now as an adult, I actually like going back and watching it and being like, oh, this seems like it has the trappings of a more brother-sister relationship where he's more taking her under his wing than actually trying to sleep with her. Which I really liked, although it's good, but he's also kind of reductive about her when he's like, you cry, you're not a person, but you act like a person. I'm like, she's got personhood, let her have personhood, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, God.
I mean, maybe Friday is still too pertinent in my life, because if I leave the state of Illinois, I don't have rights in a lot of places. But I liked that though. I liked how he kind of like, even though Simply was like, oh yeah, no, those guys are trash, and she's like, yeah, those guys are trash, and I'm like, oh, Melfina, you.
It is cool to watch them rub off on her. Like, it's cool to watch her like become more of her own person while also picking up a little bit of their personality.
Yeah.
Because she likes being around Gene and Jim. There is one thing I wanted to go back to from the very beginning of this episode.
I hope it's what I hope it's what I was gonna say.
I hope it's what. Well, first of all, we get this amazing, incredible shot of Swanzo hanging out in his room.
Swanzo, let's talk about Swanzo.
Let's talk about Swanzo.
When his friend calls him, and Swanzo's like, he's like, I told you never to call
Welcome
me
to the
here.
Swan Zone, everybody. This is where we talk about nothing but Swanzo for 10 minutes.
Let's go.
When you told me two episodes of this podcast ago that he was a little guy in a suit and that he was amphibian, I fully did not believe you. Because it didn't make any sense and there was no hint of it. And I'm like, are you sure? And now you're right, and he's got a little tea set.
There was a hand. He had like froggy arms, or what? He's got some appendages that stick out, and they're like kind of gangly, like froggy arms. Like
I see it now. At the time, he just looked like a weird robot.
But can we talk about how Swanzo fucks?
Yeah, okay, that's the other thing I wanted to say. Because Swanzo heavily implies that him and Hilda were fucking.
Yes, heavily implies. When you said
Hilda.
Yeah, hot eyes Hilda. And not other things are hot. And when you said pro bono.
He specifically says, he describes their relationship as very hot.
Yes, he does.
Which is like a metaphor of a conversational metaphor that he continues throughout the rest of the episode, because he describes his relationship with he says he had some hot deals with Fred's dad, but he felt very cool about Fred.
Yeah.
Huh, I didn't pick up on that.
When you were like, I'll do pro bono, you said pro bono work in your synopsis, and I was like, Swanzo was pro boning Hilda.
There's the title of the episode. Swanzo's pro boning.
I got it. Yes. But yes, definitely. That tea set, that chair, Swanzo fucks.
The tea set is mysterious to me. How the fuck does he pour that?
Yeah, we're looking at a picture of it right now. I'll post it when we post this episode.
Very delicately.
That's not a spout. It looks like a hookah.
Yeah, he looks like he is smoking his teapot.
That is the goofiest goose-necked teapot I've ever
That's
seen.
a water bong.
Do you think that, like, what part of this situation is the thing that Swanzo doesn't want his work friend to see? You know what I mean? Like, what part of this is like, is he embarrassed about the pink chair, the tea set? Does he have like some modesty he's trying to uphold?
I feel like it's just more like, this is my time to have my tea and think about my friend Toad, and you interrupted that.
I earned this.
My new instant headcanon is that Swanzo fucking hates that guy. Just does not want to be around him. What the fuck are you calling me for?
Yeah.
I clocked out. I do not have to talk to you right now.
Right. I think it's as simple as that. I think it's as simple as like, I am not in the suit. When I am not in my suit, you do not talk to me.
Did either of y'all get that guy's name? Because I'm just calling him Swanzo's co-worker.
I think it's
I have
Mickey.
no idea.
I think it's Mickey.
Maybe something
Mickey.
like that. It had that cadence.
I think it's Mickey or Mikey or something. It's one of those.
Well, Swanzo and Mickey are not outside of work friends. That's the clearest
Not at all.
possible thing.
No.
Kostrak, since you've never seen this show before, I would love to get a peek into what you were thinking at the end of this episode when we're talking about Fred before we actually meet Fred.
Yeah, no. I actually clocked this immediately. Their specific discomfort, I was like, oh, this is gonna be bad. This is Fred Lowe is gonna be like a gay man, and they're going to react poorly to it. Or he's going to act poorly, as we'll discuss in just a moment.
Yeah. So at first it might seem like we're doing kind of a gay panic thing, but we're actually doing a guy who has no fucking boundaries thing.
Right. And like, I just, and the thing was, and I wrote this in my notes because I was like, because that was the thing I said. I was like, oh, Jim hating Fred Lowe hits very different as an adult. Because that was my immediate thing. Because it's like, with the context of Jim being a child, a literal child, Jim hating Fred Lowe, he's saying, oh, he's creepy, oh, he's weird. I was like, cool. Are we making Fred Lowe a predator? And then we get to episode 6.
Don't wink at that child.
Stop that. Yeah. And then it was more like, it's not just Jim. He's like that with Gene. And then it's like, and it was like, my first thought was like, cool, this is the gay panic of like the 90s. And I was like, I hate this because the assumption, like, they make it that he swans about a lot. He seems like he's very effeminate. And I was just like, cool, so we're making this really shitty opinion on the surface of gay men. And I was like, ugh, this guy's exhausting. And then, he kind of like, by the end, he kind of peters out and is just a rich boy.
Yeah.
With no boundaries, so.
But still, I don't like that it was set up that way.
No, same. I wish it wasn't.
Aged well.
This would not play, you wouldn't, if you were producing this anime in 2022, you would probably want to update Fred. Like, he would not want, like, it would be fine for him to be like a Liron type character from Gurren Lagann, because Liron is at least respectful of people's boundaries, even if he's extremely campy. But Fred incorporates a lot of very negative stereotypes about gay men. Including he like literally says to Gene, says to Jim, can't wait to see you in a couple of years. Like, fuck off.
That was so gross. So I was watching the Hulu version, which is the completely unedited version with the dub, and he says, oh, I can't wait until until I see you and you're a couple of years older, Jim. And he was like, I hope to be far away from here by then. And I'm just like, huh. And then there was another scene where I know that you said it was heavily edited in the Toonami version, but there's another scene, I don't know if y'all saw this or not, but when he's sitting on the couch next to Gene and he blows in Gene's ear and Gene is like, essentially was like, back the fuck off, bro. And I was like, we're gonna I hate this. I don't know if that was in the Toonami version.
That was not, no.
Okay.
The ear blowing was not in Toonami. Gene just gets up and points a gun at him for no reason in the Toonami.
Oh, that's
normal,
weird.
Totally normal.
Yeah, totally normal. Okay, that's weird. No context. Okay,
I want to drop this because I like to. There's this website called BehindTheVoiceActors.com, which is basically IMDb for cartoons specifically. It's really great. I love going on here. Fred Lowe's voice actor Ezra Weiss. First of all, Ezra, if you're listening, no shade, bud. You did a great job. I think the vocal performance is actually quite good.
No, this is a writing problem, not a voice
it's not
acting
it's not an
problem.
actor problem. It's a writer's problem.
The reason I bring it up is because if you all have watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, you may recognize Ezra Weiss's voice.
Really?
He provided the voice in the English dub for Panicotta Fugo.
Oh.
In the Golden Wind season.
Okay.
Out of all of the people on Outlaw Star, he's one of the only ones who is like still working really consistently.
Come on, let's go.
The other one is the voice actress who plays Twilight Suzuka, Wendy Lee, whose name may be familiar to you.
A little bit. What else has she done?
Where have I heard that?
Her number one thing is Detective Conan. She's played Conan in all the Detective Conan series. But she also she works her ass off. Like, she's always working. She's in One Punch Man. She was Super S in that show.
Oh, okay.
She was in Persona 3, Soul Calibur. She's played Shenhua in Soul Calibur.
Come on.
Yeah, she's all over the place. She played Lynn from Fire Emblem and Fire Emblem Warriors. She was even in Danganronpa.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah,
She's
busy. She does a lot of stuff.
Still in the game.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, guess what? Tying it back to the game, she plays Bulma.
Come on, let's go.
There's the one.
Amazing.
I feel like this voice is a little less developed than some of the other voices she's done, but this is Twilight Suzuka's first episode, so.
Right.
That's true as well. And this is a perfect sort of transition for us to now talk. We talked about Aisha. We talked about Swanzo. Now it's time for us to talk about, is it Twilight?
Twilight Suzuka.
Suzuka.
Twilight Suzuka. Oh, the big question I had for the narrator of episode 6. Did he want us to ask ourselves if we were moons? Ladies, do you feel the waning and the waxing of yourself? Are you a moon? Do you weep while you watch the wind?
That's the funniest of all of the intros so far to me.
All women are special is one step above all boys become man.
It was so, and that was the thing, I was like, what is this? And he did say something about waning or waxing or something, impassioned, and my brain went, are we moons? Are you comparing me to a lunar module in space? I mean, I'll take it.
You know, for me, it was an invitation. I saw it more as an invitation. It felt like an ad that was like, ladies, have you thought about professionally killing? It really felt like an ad. Like, hey, check this out. Have you thought about... Did you know that all women have this capacity?
Did you know that you're an electric eel of the universe? You can feel those currents of the universe under your skin, ladies. You should murder.
Have you tried murder?
There's money in it.
You know, honestly, not yet. But I'm thinking about it.
Oh, yeah.
Thinking about it.
Coming.
Boom. Truly. Honestly though, Suzuka is cool. She is actually very cool.
Thank you, Max.
As long as somebody feels seen every episode, that's all I want.
I do agree that Suzuka is very cool. I like Suzuka a lot.
Oh,
She's cool, and then you know what? She's cool, and then I didn't like how they treated her at the end.
No, me neither. That was disappointing.
I felt it to be I felt that they made everything that she did before super performative. Like, oh no, my dress came undone. I lost the foot race.
She literally does the spinning, like, Jean grabs the sash and she spins out of it. Like, are you kidding me?
I know.
So you're telling me the lady who cut a fucking bus in half is defeated
with a wooden sword.
Yeah.
A wooden sword. A wooden sword is defeated by her dress coming down?
Yeah, Jean rips her sash off and then smells it. Cool.
Oh,
Really cool. I love this scene.
Yeah. And she's like, my pride. And I'm like, no, baby, it's just your boobies. Go get your sword. Go get your sword.
Kill that man. You probably don't even need the sword.
Oh, you don't. How did this world famous, what they call her, Class A assassin get laid low? Well, the dumbest man in the galaxy held a gun up to her sword. What?
Right. And I was just
he
like,
holds her sword hostage by pointing a gun at it like it's a person.
and here's the thing, there's a quick expositional like back and forth between the bodyguards, because they were talking about, what was it? I gotta scroll up and find it. You took that on the demography. On the scanner, demography.
I will also post this. They meant to say thermography, and they said themography.
But like they were scanning her to make sure she didn't have any weapons on her, and they were apparently only scanning for metal, because that's how she got through security with her Bokuto, because they were expecting her, they were like, she did all that with a wooden sword, because they didn't believe that she like blew holes in the ceiling with a wooden sword. So I'm like, so the assumption is, I'm assuming based off of their one, off of your reputation, and two, off of the damage you did with just a wooden sword, that you probably know how to fight with more than one type of weapon, and at least more than one type of sword. So you shouldn't be too swayed by your Bokuto getting shot to bits.
If you can move so fast that you can deflect bullets, what's happening here?
What's happening here? Like, I was just like, what was that? It was like the shoddiest dialogue, because it was just like, it was truly like, she was like, oh, my pride keeps me from.
All of that dialogue felt like a first draft.
And it was like I was so mad, because she's set up to be so cool and so ominous, and then she like can't run faster than the guy who literally doesn't have a spaceship license. Like, he can't even park his own car.
Yeah, I will say with this episode, and especially this character, the shine has come a little off the apple.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, the introduction episodes for Suzuki, well, I'm not going to make excuses. Like, the show is cool later on. It has some struggles in the opening.
Yeah.
I think there's cool stuff throughout, but it's not immune to critique.
No. Yeah. And she doesn't lose her cool. She's still cool. But it's very much like, I was like, man, y'all set her up to be like this absolute, like, just cold-blooded killer, like this true gangster. And then her dress came undone. She's no Cardi B. I tell you that.
This feels like a true JRPG moment for me, where you beat the bad guy and then they become incredibly weak and join the party.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not Beatrix.
No, she's not a Beatrix. No, not at all. There was this was another thing. On the same ridiculous, like, note as thembography, our himbo meter, West Virginia spaceport. Did anybody catch that?
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it.
So when Gene flubs his landing, it's at West Virginia spaceport.
What? How is West Virginia relevant in space?
Because they mentioned they're traveling to a place called, I'm getting my notes, Sentinel-3. Is that right?
Yes,
Yeah, that's where they're
Gene
from.
and Jim's homeworld.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they're also talking about Earth, but this is West Virginia spaceport. They're not on Earth, right?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Because they talk about the Federation and Earth and some stuff like that, so it did not feel like that's where they were.
No.
But I guess if you go out into space, you name stuff after, states. That one in particular.
It's just like...
No comment. Maybe some of our listeners are from the blank state of West Virginia.
Ooh. I was just more like, out of all the things to persist, it's West Virginia. I mean, okay.
Maybe they really like John Denver out there in the future.
I mean, maybe. It was just so wild. I was like, what?
I don't remember much about like setting details, so we may encounter more things like this as we go through Outlaw Star.
I didn't remember that either, which is why I was just like, West Virginia? Like, I was just like, huh?
Sure.
Country roads, take me home.
I
One
know
more
it.
thing, this episode we do get a little bit more of a character I am just desperate to have more screen time, which is Gilliam.
Oh,
the
yes.
ship's AI.
Uh-huh.
There's a little funny exchange that happens in the port when they're with Swanzo, and I'm really desperate to hear more of this AI and
Is
what
that
he's
where
all
Gilliam's
about.
like, oh, Gene, this makes me worried for my future.
Yeah.
And Gene just yells, shut up.
I know, the adversarial, like, just, oh my god.
Shut up, you're not my real dad, Gilliam. God.
I really love how fucking Gilliam makes him so mad instantly.
It's like,
For like no reason.
it's irrationally mad, too. Which makes it so
For like
funny.
truly no
Meanwhile,
reason.
Gilliam seems to have fun with how much Gene hates him, which is even funnier to me.
I think that's what I loved about it, because they're talking about him like he's not there, and he's like essentially like, I can hear you. I just want to be better, and he's like clearly so sarcastic. I'm like, yes.
I am stealing a comparison from last episode, but remember I talked about a car that you had to be nude to drive? This is, on top of that, you also have to argue with your car to drive it.
And it's kind of weirdly passive aggressive with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like, what if Knight Rider was just a little piece of shit, you know? I love Gilliam. Gilliam is such a fun character. This will develop more in exactly the way you want it to, basically.
Absolutely. Excellent. Like, yeah, they were like, how do we take Alfred and Lucius Fox but specifically Morgan Freeman's Lucius Fox, before Morgan Freeman's Lucius Fox ever existed, and put it onto a spaceship. And then we got Gilliam, and I'm like, yes, this is exactly what I wanted.
Gilliam's voice actor, unfortunately, not super active anymore, but I think he puts in great performance here. We'll see so much more of Gilliam as time goes on.
Yes.
He is a full member of the crew. He's counted as the 6th main member of the cast. So, like, he's not a side character. He's not a guest star. Gilliam's here to stay.
I'm certain they're going to do some space travel, but I feel like as of right now, the crew is kind of, at least based on the opening, the crew is split up, and half of them hate Gene, which is a fun dynamic.
Yeah, you know, like it's a big 180 from Tenchi, where everybody loved Tenchi, and now everybody hates Gene.
All these women are trying to kill me.
All these women trying to kill me, yeah. And Jim just kind of tolerates Gene because Jim's a minor. But if Jim wasn't a minor, that was something I wrote. I was like, how is it that the most emotionally mature person on the entire crew is 11?
Yeah. Really,
I said, can we get the adult to drive, aka Jim, in reference to parking the space shuttle? Because I was like, Jim's like sitting there backseat driving, and I was like, Jim, why don't you just do it? Clearly, you're the grown up here.
But the other side of that is I think Gene is like angrily insisting, like, no, I'm the adult. I get to drive.
I get to drive.
Even though I'm afraid of space and I don't know how to fly a ship.
Meanwhile, Jim's got multiple licenses with multiple birth years, so he can have his own bank account.
Hey, also, this is something that came up. They said they were going to go back and find the car. They didn't do that.
They did not.
He never went back to find the car.
Jim's car.
It's in the middle of a cornfield.
He owns that.
Ever going to come back?
I can't remember if it does. I think so. I don't know.
I hope so. I feel bad for Jim.
I know. He put so much work into that car. What's his passion project?
Well, maybe someday we'll find out about what do you call it? The Aaron Fowl or something like that?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
One last thing, because I think we're heading up on time here. Mm-hmm. Talking about the Outlaw star of the ship, did you all notice, and maybe I'm wrong on this, I haven't looked at a screenshot and really compared them side by side, but it really seems like the cockpit is just a really tiny version of the ship, like it's a race car bed, essentially.
Oh, it's very race car bed.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's very race car bed. Yeah. There's just
Which
multiple
again, to bring us
pods.
back to the car analogy, what if to drive your car you had to sit in a smaller car inside of your car and drive that?
Yo, dog, I heard you like cars, so you put a car in your car so you could car walk. I think about that show every day.
That's a deep pull. That's old.
Lives in my head rent free.
Do you know what's really funny? Actually, speaking of this, I'm really glad you brought this up because all Outlaw Stars from 2001. So if you go on, or at least it came to America in 2001, if you go on Google and you put the search term Outlaw Star memes in,
Yeah.
what you will find is a fine vintage of back when memes were just all memes followed the inspirational posters format.
Yep. Oh my God,
yeah.
I remember these days.
Yeah, that's what you'll find if you put Outlaw Star memes in there.
That's great.
Can I just say I Googled something else and it's working out a lot worse? Don't just Google 2001 memes, because that's not good.
Okay. Is it all a space odyssey or is it literally
It's
the
all
year
9/11
2000?
stuff.
Oh, that's
no.
Oh, yikes.
We can cut that. Let's end this episode.
Okay, so hey, before we actually do the real wrap up, I wanted to talk about, so I put a poll on the Twitter about what anime we should watch next, and I kind of feel like now is a good time to shift gears and start looking at something else for a little while. Obviously come back to Outlaw Star, just like we come back to Tenchi. So the winner of the poll was Sailor Moon.
Ooh.
Now, here's what I'm a fake anime fan, as we all know. I did not realize Sailor Moon is not a single season show.
No.
However,
it's long.
A lot of the other shows that I definitely want to watch on this podcast are not single season either. So I think we may be adjusting our mission statement.
Yeah, maybe we just do what we did exactly with Tenchi and Outlaw Star, and let's watch several episodes of it. sort of judge it and analyze it from that. And over time, we will build up, a sampling of many different animes, and then dive deeper into those that really need it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
basically
think
the reason I constructed the concept was because I didn't want to get locked into like Naruto or One Piece or another anime that has 500,000 episodes in it.
Mm-hmm.
And we can still avoid those, I think. But I think we're going to abandon the single season mandate and just go for stuff that came out of that time period that is specifically not your lowest common denominator shonen kind of stuff. And I don't mean to hate on that. One Piece is great. Naruto's great. Dragon Ball's great, obviously.
But they are their own beast and essentially an entirely different genre, and I would almost say medium. Like, they're so different.
Yeah, for real. That's I fully agree with that.
Yeah.
So I think Sailor Moon is what we should go with next.
I'm down. I've never seen Sailor Moon.
You've never seen it?
I've never seen Sailor Moon.
I have also never. I think I've seen individual episodes like
Same.
Tsunami.
Yeah, like randomly catching them.
I have never sat down and watched it. And I know that my partner Rachel is going to be very excited to hear this.
I know the Sailor Scouts, and I know Tuxedo Mask, and I know
the characters. Some of them.
I know the cats because my last roommate. Shout out to my last roommate, Victor Ceballos. One of the cats was in fact named Artemis, or he's still alive. So I'm aware of Sailor Moon. It's been in my life, but I've never sat down and watched it at all.
Well, I will. I'll tell you. I didn't look at the episode list, but I'll broadcast the watching menu to you all and to our fans sometime before the next episode goes up, so they know exactly what to expect. But otherwise, I think we'll bid farewell to Outlaw Star for now. We'll get a little bit more grounded, and we'll take on our very first Magical Girl show.
Yeah.
I'm legitimately excited to talk about this.
Me too.
Yeah, me too. Also, just a sneak preview, there are some really, really good Sailor Moon movies that I'd love to tackle in the future, and I think,
will we get into bonus episode territory?
Oh,
maybe.
Okay.
We'll see.
All right.
That bell means this week's meeting of the Afterschool Anime Club has come to a close. It's been a pleasure hanging out with you, and if you'd like to follow us online, you can at Anime Club Pod on Twitter. I'm on Twitter at MaxNewland_. Kostrak, how about you?
You can find me at Max_attacks on Twitter. Interact with the Anime Club Twitter, and I will find you, and I will like your tweets.
It's true. And Stevie, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter under the handle ASmattering. I will also like your tweets, and if they're real good, I'll probably quote tweet them.
Whoa.
I do
quote
that.
tweeted by the host of a podcast.
I do. God. I did it the other day where I just quote tweeted somebody going, ah, so you'll get that maybe.
Since our show is so new, this is episode 6. We've only been on the air for 6 weeks. If you want to support us, the best thing you can do is to tell your friends about Afterschool Anime Club, because word of mouth is the #1 reason podcasts get spread around. But the other thing that you can do if you don't want to do that is just leave a 5-star review with a rating on Apple Podcast or whatever podcast platform you use. And if you, I've already read one, but if you leave us a 5-star review, it's particularly funny or entertaining and free of chicken-headed shit. I will read it on air in this segment. Oh, yeah, and hey, before I forget, Moonshot.
Yeah,
we're a proud member of the Moonshot Network.
Good.
Moonshot's great.
Moonshot, we love to support artists. We love to support creators who do interesting things. I actually got to appear on a Moonshot show recently,
Yeah, you
One of
did.
Moonshot's most recent podcasts, The Hyperfixation, where if you like this show, I went on there to tell my new friend Roma about how much I love Tenchi Muyo. So I think you will enjoy that.
That's wonderful.
Moonshot's on Twitter at Moonshot Pods. They're on Twitch, Twitch/Moonshot Network. There's lots of good stuff there. And again, we're so glad we got to spend this time with you. Thank you as always for listening, and we'll see you at the next meeting.